back to my channel. My name is Miss Yancy and this is my garden. Oh my gosh, guess what? Today we're doing a garden tour. Yes. We haven't done one the entire summer, so I wanted to just give you guys a look at what the garden looked like right now. Today is August 15th and it is going towards the end of garden season, but guess what? It's harvest season. So this is the best time to give you guys a tour, just to give you guys a look at all of the things that we have grown in the garden, all of the things that we started in the beginning of spring. The garden is flourishing. I mean, everything is growing. There's an abundance in harvest that I have to show you guys later, but I just wanted to come and give you guys like a garden tour plus like updates on all of the plants that we started together in the beginning of the year. Okay, so if you're ready, I need you to type come along in the comments. Okay, come along, y'all. Why I wanted you to do what you're doing. Guys, so I'm trying to figure out how to give you guys this grand tour. So there's 4 sections to my garden. I have my actual garden, which is back there, you know, down a hill in my backyard where I have majority of my plants. But then I also have a ton of plants that's on my fence. I have a chain link fence that I have a lot of things growing on, and then I also have things that's closer to my house near the balcony area, and then I have some things that is near the sitting area of my backyard. So there's like 4 portions to my garden, and I think I'm gonna get you guys started inside of the actual garden, and then when I get out of the garden I will show you guys all the extra things that's along the fence and closer to my house, because those are things that I was just looking for space, and I created like, you know, little space here and there and just try to maximize the space in my garden. So come along, this is gonna be extremely exciting because I haven't given you guys like a full tour. So this is going to be literally a full tour today. Okay, so I hope y'all ready. I hope y'all ready because it's about to be lit. Alrighty, y'all. Well, a lot of you may know this is the entrance to my garden. I have 2 entrances, one right here that has grapes on it, and then I have another entrance right here that has a bunch of tomatoes. The trellises that I have for my grapes and for the tomatoes in the entrance of my garden, they're cattle panels that I got from Tractor Supply, and I just created like this beautiful arch with the I believe it's the 16 by 50 cattle panel, and my husband helped me create like this beautiful little arch to grow my grapes on it. So it's like a grape arbor, and then I have my little arbor for my tomato. I have my grape arbor right here in the entrance of my garden, and then I have some peppers that's growing here, and then I have my herb garden right here in the middle, and then of course by the other entrance I have tomatoes, more herbs growing with the tomatoes in here. So now we are about to enter the garden, but before we go, let me show you guys the beautiful grapes that we have at the entrance. Now, a lot of you guys ask me how big is my garden that's back here. I have no idea, y'all. I did not measure it, so I'm so sorry. It is a small garden. I know it may seem like it's big because of how I maximize the space. I'm just good at maximizing the space, okay? And as we go along, I'll tell you all of the things that I did to increase the real estate of things that I grow in a small, you know, backyard or in a small space for my garden. Alrighty, y'all, so on this grape arbor I have one grape plant that is in the ground over there, and this is Concord grapes. So the Concord grapes are the purple one. They're the ones that Welch's use, I believe, to make their delicious grape juice. That's one of my favorite grape juice, and I love that grapes. This grape is so sweet, y'all. Oh my goodness, I love this grape. And it just so happened that the grapes, it is time for them to be harvested, because as you can see, a lot of them, they're purple now. Y'all, it is so hot, so I'm gonna be sweating a lot in this video, so just bear with me because it's really hot as I'm doing this. The Concord grapes, they're super sweet. I know a lot of you guys been asking me about this grape plant. I actually purchased the plant when it was about 2 years old. I did not start it from seed. I purchased it when it was 2 years old, and then that year I actually got some grapes from it, but it wasn't a lot. It was like a handful of grapes that I got from the plant. But then the following year, I got like so much more, and then this is like the second year of me owning this grape plant, and as y'all can see, it has multiplied. If y'all watch my shorts and things like that, this grape has multiplied everywhere. When I tell you, I am begging people to come and harvest these grapes. I am begging all of my family to come and get them. Okay, so I have them in this little bag right here because, you know, our beautiful backyard friends like the birds and things like that, they had a good old time. The first year when I planted these, they ate almost all of my grapes. So this year what I decided to do was to put these organza bags on them, which is going to, you know, it just helped protect it from the birds eating them. But then I also left a ton of grapes. As you will see, like I still have a ton out here that I did not put in the bag, and I left those for the birds. And to be honest with you guys, they are so tired of these grapes. It's just so much, and I think they're tired of eating them. They've left them alone, which is so crazy. I think they've had quite enough. And y'all, look all on the ground. You'll see like a ton of grapes all on the ground that has fallen. They have fallen off of their grapevines because it's time to take them off. So I'm actually going to be harvesting these grapes soon. I already had family members, friends, and things like that come to harvest. I've already done a lot of harvest as well. So when I tell y'all, I've been looking for what can I do with grapes, because it is grape galore. And then every year these grapes will become more. So I don't do anything special. I just allow it to stay here. I don't even trim them. I don't do any of that. But this year I might have to trim some of them back because it's just too many. But on this side of my grape arbor, I have white grapes, and they're really delicious. And these ones, they're still young of a plant. I got them when they're probably like 1 year old, so they didn't produce a lot this year, but they did produce some grapes, and they were delicious. Okay, so I have 2 of the white grape plants down here in the ground, and then I have 1 of the Concord grape plant in there. And y'all, it is grape galore up in here. Okay. But all right, y'all, let's get into the garden. So this is the garden, y'all. This is where all the magic happens. Okay, but starting from here, let's start from this side of the garden. So over here, this is where I have my Bitterleaf plants. As you guys can see, these are the Bitterleaf. And I do have Bitterleaf growing on the other side of the garden that I'll show you guys. Last year I grew some of my Bitterleaf plant in the same area, but then I also grew some in like grow bags. They didn't do great in the grow bags because the grow bag, you know, they dry out pretty quickly, and so therefore it was always needing water, and it didn't do as good as the ones that grew in the ground. So this year I decided to grow all of them in the ground. So that's what we have here is Bitterleaf, and they're still growing. As you can see, some of the plants that you'll see today, actually all the plants, they need water, even though I watered it yesterday, but it's been extremely hot. And I do have some mulch on top of it to help with the moisture, but some of them, they're looking sad. Like the Bitterleaf, they look a little bit sad. They need some water. So I will be doing some watering very soon. Actually, I'll be watering tonight because that's the best time to water your plants. In the night, not in the night, but you know, when the sun goes down or before the sun comes up, that's the best time to water your plants because it absorbs all of the moisture. Alrighty, so we have the Bitterleaf there, and then over here we have a blueberry plant. And what I've learned about blueberry plants is you need 2 of them so they can pollinate each other, or so it can increase its yield. So my plan is at the end of this season, I'm gonna go and buy another blueberry plant because you got to get it for the low, okay? Get it at the end of the season when they're trying to get rid of it. So I'm gonna get another blueberry plant and put it right here. Now I harvested some blueberry off of this plant last year, which was not a lot, but this year blueberries definitely came, but those birds ate them before they could even turn purple, okay, or blue. The birds ate them all. I don't even know if they didn't even give me a chance to notice if blueberry grew on these plants. So my plan next year is I'm going to get another blueberry plant and put it right here, and then I am going to cover the blueberry plant, you know, something similar to like a mesh cloth, like what I have on the grapes. So as you can see, I already harvested a lot of them, you know, off of the grapes or whatever, but like these cloths, they come in really handy. And you know, the grapes, they're doing very well, but I'm really shocked that stuff like this is still here. But the birds ate so much of it, so I don't even blame them. They're tired. But that's the plan for next year. I'm gonna put another blueberry plant here, and then still leave a little bit of space to put my Bitterleaf or find somewhere else. And then over here on this side of the garden, I have a ton of peppers. So if you guys are new here, your girl grew over 500 pepper plants this year. I sold some, I gave some away. I had a garden workshop, which I still plan to drop that video for you guys. And then I had tons left over, and I'll even show you more. I still have more left over that I need to put in the compost because I just overdid it. Don't be like me where you start the seeds of a bunch of stuff and you know you don't have the space for it. I do it every year, and I think this year was the worst, but it is what it is. I am the pepper queen this year, okay? Pepper queen. But also my plan is I'm growing like a ton of hot peppers, and my plan is to create my own Liberian hot sauce for you guys, and I'll offer it to you guys next year on my Etsy store. So that's the plan with all the peppers that I'm growing this year, all the hot peppers that I'm growing. So that's what we have here. But back here we have some bell peppers, as you can see. Some of them, you know, they're growing, but these peppers that I have back here, these are peppers that I planted last minute because I just had extra left, and I did not want to throw all of them into the compost. So I went and got more grow bags and threw them in there. That's why you don't see that a lot of them have produced a lot, but here they are. They're still coming. And then over here, oh my gosh, y'all, I don't know if y'all remember this year, if you guys was watching my videos, I had to start my habaneros like multiple times because the habaneros, just the seed wasn't germinating and it just wasn't starting at all. So I started habanero seeds 3 times, and on the 3rd time was a charm. And y'all know I started my peppers in February. So those habaneros, I didn't start those peppers. The one that actually germinated didn't germinate till like May. So they're a little bit behind, but they're still producing, y'all. Look at them right here. They're still producing. They're still doing their thing. And then the habaneros, I have like 2 different types of habanero, even though all the seeds was in the same packet. So I don't understand. Can y'all let me know in the comments if y'all have the same issue? Did y'all plant habaneros and it's like 2 different types of habaneros? I've never seen anything like it, but this one right here is like a very uniquely shaped habanero. It's so freaking cute, and I'm gonna leave it on there until they turn colors before I pick them. But everything here are habaneros, and they're all doing their thing, y'all. They're all doing their thing. So all of this here are habaneros, all habaneros. And then y'all, isn't it crazy? So I have like a log right here from this tree that it fell in my garden, like a huge branch fell in my garden last year. And so we chopped it up and we left some of the logs in here, and it has a hole in the middle. And I don't know how this tomato plant started growing in there, but I just left it alone but I didn't put it there. But somebody said they think an animal or bird or something, you know, threw the seed in there. But isn't that crazy how, you know, things just start growing wherever it feel like it? And I'm not complaining because that's extra tomatoes for me. But yes, y'all, more habaneros in here. More habaneros in here. So habaneros in the front, and then in the back I have like the extra bell pepper, and then I have the tomato plant right there. Alrighty, y'all, so as we pan towards this way, I have a champagne raspberry, pink raspberry plant right here. This is one raspberry plant and I actually have it in the ground. And y'all, this thing has been trying to pop up everywhere. It has been trying to pop up everywhere. I've had this in here probably for about 2 years now, and it is doing extremely well. As you guys can see, the raspberries, they are so delicious, y'all. My plan is to actually cut it down at the end of this summer, and so that it could regrow for next year, because this is too much. This is too much, especially for like a small garden like mine. I don't need like a huge plant like this. But one of the things that I do regret is definitely growing it in the ground, because now it's like starting to spread in different areas. Like this is a plant right here. As you guys can see, that's a separate plant right there, but the main plant is in the middle of this. And then that came from it, and then some came from it right here as well. But I guess it wants to be in abundance like everything else, but we don't need all that, okay? So if you want some raspberry plants, let me know. I'll send it to you. Alrighty, y'all, now it is time to show you guys the baddie of the garden, and y'all already know who the baddie of the garden is. It is my beautiful Vigo garden raised bed that I have my cantaloupes in. And this bed right here is pretty much, it's not the center of the garden, but we're gonna call it a center of the garden for now, because this is the baddie of the garden. Now it don't look as great right now because it needs some watering and all of the things, but in this garden bed I have my cantaloupes in here, and then I just have like a bunch of flowers grown around the cantaloupe bed. And then I thought this was like a herb. I don't know why I thought that, but it's actually a Bitterleaf Arbor that I started the seeds from this year. I just started so many seeds that I don't even know what in the world that I was putting in places, but this is definitely a very random plant to be in here, because I did not plan for this to be in here. I'll show you the bed where I actually have the rest of them, but I happen to plant 2 of them in this bed, and I'm just gonna leave it there because it's not causing any issues. So I have, you know, just a bunch of plants. I have like marigolds, I have dill, so the plan was to have like a bunch of herbs and flowers surrounding this bed to help keep the animals away, so that they don't disturb my beautiful baddie of the garden, okay? Y'all, I have so many cantaloupes in this bed that should be ready in like the next week. Like, oh my gosh, look at how big they are. They are so big. I already harvested one, I believe, with you guys on short. So if you haven't seen it, go watch that short. It will show you the harvest that I did. And if you guys are wondering what are these beautiful bras they're sitting in, that's the little sling that I created with you guys on my last video, showing you guys how to support your melons so that they don't fall once it's ready. And it definitely will fall if you're growing your cantaloupes vertically like me. If you guys saw the last short, I'll show you guys how they do fall, because one of them fell inside of the little hammock that I created when it was ready, and that hammock is right here. And now I need to put this in a hammock because this was a small cantaloupe, and then boom, overnight it just turned really alrighty, y'all, so let me show you guys more cantaloupes on this beautiful bed that's almost ready. Y'all, look at how big this is. This is huge. And I was looking and I'm like, oh my gosh, here's another one, and this one looked like is ready. So I am actually going to harvest this one today in my next harvesting video that I'm gonna shoot for you guys. But yeah, I just have some sunflowers, I have some just different flowers and herbs and things like that to surround the bed so that it can keep the animals away. And putting them in these little slings also help because it deters the animals away. You know, it discourages them from wanting to come see all the happenings inside your melon bed. And y'all know we got some evil squirrels around these parts that would love to take a bite. So I try to do my best with hiding where my melons are. And I think one of the best ways to keep animals away from your veggies or just your garden period, grow a ton of herbs and flowers. They hate the smell, they're gonna stay away. But alrighty, y'all, so that's what we have on this side. All right, y'all, so y'all see what we have on this side. Y'all see what we have over there, which is the raspberry, and then our baddie of the garden right here with our cantaloupes. We got garden eggs, flowers, herbs, all of the good things. And then over here on this side, I have a ton of exotic peppers. So these are peppers that I've never grown before. They are peppers from different countries, and there's like, I believe, 8 different country type of peppers that's here. I believe I got this from a fellow gardener that we're in the same Facebook group, and she was looking for bell peppers, which I grew hundreds of them, and she only grows hot peppers, so we traded. So that's a great way for you to also grow exotic things that you would have never grown before, but that you also want to eat. So remember, always grow things that you want to eat. Don't just grow things because they're pretty, because it's a waste of time. Grow things you want to eat. So I have a ton of peppers. So starting from here, these are the big Thai peppers. These are called the big Thai peppers, but there's also another Thai peppers that I'm growing, which they're actually big. These look more like cayenne peppers, and y'all, it's like a ton of them. It starts off green and then it turns red, and I'm definitely gonna make some cayenne pepper flakes with these, so I'm super excited for these. It is a ton of them. And then right next to it, as you will see, you guys, I grow like a lot of my food in grow bags. That's one of the main ways that I maximize space in my garden, is by growing food in containers or grow bags. It's easy to move around, and I don't have to worry about where I place them because they could fit in every little corner. But over here I have some lemon drop peppers. They start as green and then they turn yellow. So beautiful, and they're so delicious. And I have hundreds of these little lemon drop peppers, y'all. And then right next to it, I have the Hungarian paprika, and I'm super excited because I'm definitely gonna make some paprika with this. I'm gonna make smoked paprika and regular paprika. So they start off looking like this, and then they turn red. So I absolutely cannot wait to make some paprikas with this. And all of this needs to be harvested, y'all. As you can see, all the red ones, they need to come down so more could be produced. And then over here, I have the Buena Mulata. I'm not sure what country that's from. It starts off purple, these beautiful purple peppers, y'all, and then it turns orange, like a dark orangey red. It's so beautiful, y'all. Look at it. Look at how beautiful that is. It is so pretty, so pretty, and they are so delicious. And mind you, all the peppers that I'm showing you, they're pretty hot. But the purple ones, the Buena Mulatas, they get extremely hot when they're red. And then also the big Thai that I showed you guys, and the lemon drops, oh my god, it's so spicy. And then over here I have some shishito. Now the shishito, they're not that spicy. I don't know if I would call them spicy at all, because I eat a lot of spicy food. I'm African, y'all. I love spice. I like my tongue burning when I'm eating, and the shishito doesn't burn my tongue. It might burn someone's tongue, but it's not burning mine. So I don't know if I want to classify it as a hot pepper, you know, but maybe it has like a little kick to it, and that's why it's considered spicy pepper. And then over here I have the poblano peppers. Now I don't know how I'm gonna cook these, but we shall see. We shall see. That's what we have right here in this bag. And then over here in this bag we have Luchauer paprika. Is that German? So this is the Luchauer paprika, and oh, they're so pretty, y'all. They are so beautiful. It's time for them to be harvested though. They're getting so heavy and they're already red, so it's time for them to get out of here. And then in this bag right here, this is a peppercini, and y'all, this pepper is so cute. It actually like grows upward. I already harvested a ton of them the last time we harvested, but here's another big one. I'm wondering if I should let it turn red, but here it is. And then over here in this bag I have some strawberries. You guys are gonna see that I have strawberries growing everywhere in this garden in different areas, and it's quite ridiculous because these are ever-bearing strawberries, and if you allow them, your entire garden will be filled with strawberries. I did a garden workshop, a garden and play workshop for the kids, where I dug up a bunch of strawberries from here and took it for them to learn how to grow their own food, and taught them how to grow strawberries. But this is strawberries in here. All the strawberries that you guys see down there on the ground came from here, came from all of this going down there, just spreading everywhere. So I need to do another workshop so that people can come and collect these strawberries. Like, you get a strawberry, you get a strawberry, you get a strawberry. Oh man. Alrighty, y'all, so now I'm about to take you guys back here, y'all. So this is okra. This is my okra plant. I actually started these seeds maybe like a month and a half ago, maybe 2 months ago now actually, and all it's growing are leaves. Like, I haven't seen one okra, which is really shocking because last year I had really small okra plants and they had a ton of okra on there. And I am growing them in my grow bag, which is where, you know, I normally grow my okra. I tried growing it in another bed I'll show you guys, and it was never successful because the animals always came and pulled it up and ate it. But since it's been in a grow bag, they don't bother it at all. I guess they hate having to climb up and things like that, which is why I do love growing my food in grow bags too. It helps keep the animals away. But yeah, y'all, it's just growing like beautiful leaves. They look healthy, but I haven't seen one okra plant. And then now I'm seeing this right here, and this looked like an okra flower. So that's like the first okra flower I've seen all season. So y'all let me know in the comments what's going on. Where's my okra? Like, who's keeping them? Is it just enjoying like covering my other plants? It's crazy. So y'all let me know in the comments, have y'all been having okra issues? Because I should have a ton of okra by now, and I love okra. So like I said, I grow food that I eat, that my family eat, and I am producing food to last me a year. And from the looks of it, if okra ever grow on these plants, it's definitely not even gonna last a month or two. I guess I have okra leaves. But that's how I'm growing them. And then those little planks they're sitting on, I got them for free from like these warehouses that get shipments and things like that. And they get the shipments on, you know, those type of planks, and they always give it out for free. So if you guys are looking for like some design idea, I love making sure that my grow bags are off the ground. For the most part, it helps with the longevity of it, but I do have a ton of grow bags that's also on the ground too. But I just like that it's elevated or whatever, and it keeps the bad boys away. Okay, because we don't like them. But all right, y'all, so now that we're back here, by the way, you know, this is where I have the raspberry plant and then the okra, and then back in the middle, this is one of the main tomato bed. So this bed right here, this is the first bed I ever started with when I started my gardening about 3 years ago. I just came to the backyard and started digging up grass because I thought that was the way to do it, and I got so tired and exhausted. I did not realize how hard it was to actually dig up grass. And so I started digging up grass, and I got so tired, and I was like, you know what, next year we'll try again next year. And then the following year I realized, oh, you could do this a much easier way. But anyway, so this is the very first plot, and it is an 8x8 plot that I dug up, and those planks that I got from Home Depot is 8x8. And then I have these bricks that it is connected to. So this is an 8x8 bed, and then I have it cut in half. So this right here is a 8x4, and then this right here is an 8x4, and I'm gonna show you guys what I have in here. But then I have like some bricks, you know, going in the middle. That's just separating the two to create like 2 beds that I'm able to use. So talking about maximizing your space and then growing things vertically, right? So I have my tomatoes in here. They're all growing vertically. Me and my husband, we created this little trellis thingamajiggy to help keep it growing up. And yeah, it has 2 entrances. We put this on top so that as they grow, they can fall on top of it. By the way, y'all, I am growing indeterminate tomatoes, which are tomatoes that will not stop growing until the season's over, until it starts getting cold. So they're going to continue to grow. So we wanted something to create like an arbor, like a tomato arbor for it. So we have this right here, which is just regular fencing that you could use, like animal fencing or whatever. This is like really cheap fencing that we have over here. Y'all can go to Facebook Marketplace and see if somebody's getting rid of them or selling them for cheap. So that's what we have here. And as you can see, these tomatoes have gone out of control, and I need to train them back onto the trellis. Like you see here, they're just falling everywhere. You know, the tomatoes are just falling everywhere. I have to harvest a ton of them. But yeah, this is my little tomato forest or whatever. And as you can see, I have my okra back there.
remember, y'all, if you're looking for organic heirloom seeds, go ahead in the description of this video and grab your pack of seeds in my Etsy store and get your garden popping. Bye, y'all. Signature luxurious body butter is packed with all natural skin loving ingredients such as cocoa butter, coconut oil, shea butter, vitamin E oil, and baobab oil. Whipped to perfection, it is lightly made to be easily absorbed into the skin without clogging your pores. This body butter is free of parabens, sulfates, and synthetic fragrances. Your new bestie.